is the UKIP London Assembly member, David Kurten. David Kurten, is the party over?
Certainly not over. It obviously was a bit of a difficult night for us, but that comes off the back of a difficult few months as well. But it is better, I think, than what it could have been.
We could have lost all of them. You only lost
117
out of 120.
I mean, certainly in the local elections last year in 2017, we had about the same number of seats going into the election. We won 1 in 2017. Here we got 3. Derby was actually a very bright spot. We retained a seat that we had before, and we unseated the leader of the Labour group in the council, as you said. And, you know, there has been a bit of analysis done on the vote share that we have in the seats that we stood, and that comes out at 7 to 8%. So where we stood, it wasn't so bad.
I mean, it should be said you stood in far fewer seats than you stood in last time round. But at the same time, you know, all the analysis suggests that basically your vote has gone to the Conservatives.
Well, in this time it has, and I think this is the vagary of the first-past-the-post system. I mean, in 2014, when these elections were fought the last time, there was the European Parliament election on the same night. And in that system, the proportional system, UKIP actually won. You know, we picked up 1/3 of the seats in the European Parliament. But on this, you know, these local council elections, we only got 4% of the seats. It's, you know, it's the system.
Next year you're going to lose your seats in the European Parliament because Britain is no longer a member of the European Union. And a lot of people would simply say, job done. Look, UKIP was there. It was a very successful insurgent force which forced a referendum, and Britain voted as UKIP wanted to leave the European Union. Actually, there's nothing more for you to say.
Well, certainly the first part of our job is done, to win the right to have a referendum, to have the referendum and to win the referendum. But now we're in this long, drawn-out negotiating period. It doesn't seem like it's going to be a very clean Brexit, not a full Brexit, perhaps. I mean, I don't know what kind of deal Theresa May is going to put together with the negotiators in the EU. But if that all goes wrong, and if people don't get the Brexit that they want, then UKIP still has great purpose. So the job is not done, and we still have, you know, great chance to do better in the elections next time.
Except people know the negotiations aren't going very well, and they still decided not to back UKIP. So they don't seem to want that reassurance. They seem to say, decision's been taken, let the government get on and work it out.
Well, you've got to bear in mind these are local elections as well, so people vote in these for a variety of different reasons.
Yeah, but you don't have any MPs, so it's all you've got. I mean, all you've got is the European Parliament and local councils.
Well, this is an indication, but, you know, not everybody votes on the national issues in local elections. Some people do. You know, people who... with the two-party system, you think there's a lot of people, I think, who would vote for UKIP, but are terrified of Jeremy Corbyn. And Labour and the way they're going, and therefore vote for the Conservatives. So that has affected us.
I mean, one of your colleagues has been on the airwaves comparing UKIP to the Black Death.
Well, I mean, that's not a metaphor that I thought of myself, but I mean, certainly...
What does it mean? I mean,
well, I mean, certainly...
Not good news, most people would think.
We've had a difficult time. There's no question about that over the last year or so. But, you know, what we have now is we put in place 554 candidates for these local elections after, you know, we were in a very difficult position in February and March. To come back from that, where we had nothing in place, to put that number of candidates together, to get 8% nearly of the vote where we stood, I think that is quite a good achievement in a couple of months.
Well, we haven't broken down the others, but I suspect they're probably more monster raving loony councillors than there are UKIP councillors.
I'm not sure about the monster raving loony. I don't think they're actually standing. But I mean, we are still you know, a serious political party.
Well, are you?
Absolutely. We are here for Brexit and beyond. You know, we certainly got to be on the pitch, and we're still on the pitch. And I think when we come to next year, things can be very, very difficult, different. I mean, a week is a lot.
You stand in European elections, which aren't going to happen.
Not in the European elections. I mean, obviously, we fought to come out of the European Union, so there will be local elections next year, and I think there are local issues that people do resonate with UKIP on, particularly protecting the green belt, protecting the countryside, and making sure that our local services work well, and using the money that we have wisely.
Well, do you have any money? I mean, is the party actually...
I'm talking about the national money in the Treasury rather than the party party's money.
As far as the party finances are concerned, is it still viable?
Well, of course. I mean, that's what I was saying. It was very, very difficult for us in January, February, March. With the new leader we have, Gerard Batten, he's done a great job in fundraising for the party. We're now on a sound financial footing. And so that gives us the foundations, you know, for the 500 candidates we've got now and the many more candidates we'll have next year.
But he will be gone by next year, right? He said he's going to stand down at the end of this year.
He said that he will stand down. There will be another leadership contest in a year's time. So that will probably, the results of that will play out after the local elections 2019, I imagine.
Thank you very much, Steve, for joining us.
We will make America great again.